Dance is so expensive, ballet is so expensive, I can't afford it. I know. Here's some ways that you can make ballet and dance way less expensive and more cost effective. One of the most expensive things about dance is the outfits. For example, I gave away a bunch of my leotards when I decided to retire from being a professional ballerina to my students. Now, obviously, not every single teacher has like 60 plus leotards to give away, but lots of people on Facebook Marketplace either sell batches of them for like $10 or $50 or whatever, and people honestly just want to give them away after a certain amount of time, especially leotards like this where like I know it has a hole, but that's something that someone could easily fix. I haven't because I'm lazy. But rather than buying new, try to thrift old leotards from dancers who either went away to school, they're not dancing anymore, or they're retired. I know there's a plethora of websites that actually sell gently used dance items. I know I worked with one of them in the past. I actually worked with Tutu List in the past, so I would highly recommend using them or any other gently used thrifted dancewear websites. Another costly thing in dance, especially in ballet, are obviously the shoes. Now, I could do a whole separate video on this, how to prolong the life of your shoes, but invest in things like jet glue, and yes, it'll be a cost at one time, but your jet glue can definitely help your shoes wear for way, way longer. And I know point shoes can be very expensive, but the things that also come with point shoes can be very expensive. For me, I always bought my toe tape at like a Shoppers, and I also always bought my lamb's wool and stuff at Shoppers or even a dollar store. You do not have to get the big brand names when it comes to first aid things. You can literally just get like the cheapest little blister patches anywhere. Because let's face it, we're just gonna toss those out anyways. Why would you want to spend the extra amount on something that's a good brand name, sure, but if you want to be cost effective, just get the cheap stuff because you're just going to be using it once anyways. I feel like a lot of people also don't know that you can wash your toe pads. You don't have to like buy a new pair every time. You can just literally throw them in the laundry machine. I even throw them in the dryer, so do with that what you will. Please wash your toe pads regardless because they get really smelly. At least mine do, so definitely wash them and you can prolong the life that way too. Obviously, another thing that's expensive in ballet especially, but in dance in general, are private lessons. I would suggest not only doing your private lessons at home online, but finding a tutor through other websites such as like Superprof. That's where I put my listings personally, and that's where I found a lot of my students. And you'll find a lot of teachers that will be within your budget versus like private lessons that are in person where their budget's fixed. You know what I mean? I've seen some tutors charge as little as like $20 for a private lesson, which is way less expensive than what most people charge. And yes, it is online, so you will need space at home, but as long as you just move some furniture and you have like enough space for your arms and your legs to go out 90 degrees, you are golden to do some private lessons online and in the comfort of your own home for a fraction of the price that you would pay at most places. Now, this one goes along with my first point, but if you're a dancer that does competitive dance and you need costumes, another thing you can do is look online for some gently used ones, or you can go to costume resales. A lot of people at dance studios do costume resales and just want to get rid of their old costumes that they're literally never going to wear again, whether they're graduating or the costumes are too small, or you just simply don't want them taking up space in your house. I know I have sold a bunch of my costumes, so I'd recommend, again, getting gently used costumes versus brand spanking new ones if you want to save some money. Now, those are some of my tips to make dancing more cost effective. Let us know in the comments if you guys have any other tips because I want to open up the conversation and help everybody. No gatekeeping here. We want to make sure that everybody can afford to dance because everybody should be able to dance. At least try it out. Even if you don't like it, just move your body. It's good for you. It releases endorphins. It's so much fun. And you get to be a part of an amazing community. So leave some comments on ways that you save money in your dance classes journey.